boys and girls. I'm so glad you could join me for this videotape that we are going to make of a special activity. I have a special friend who's going to help me. What's your name?
Ben.
Friend?
No, it's Ben.
Oh, it's Ben. How old are you?
5, 6.
You're 6 years old.
I always
Okay.
forget.
Today we are going to play Sink or Float.
Ooh.
What do you think Sink or Float is about?
So, like, we put something, if it sinks, that means it's heavy.
You're right.
If it's floating, that means it's light.
It's light. Great job. And then this says science. And with Sink or Float, we're going to make some careful observations about our items, whether or not they sink or float. And we're going to engage in simple investigations. That means we're going to find things and investigate whether they sink or float. Where have you been? All right, so first we need a bucket of water. You can use your sink, you can use a bowl if you have a big bowl at home. And I'm gonna have Benjamin go find, let's do 8 items. Go find 8 toys that we can see if they sink or float. If you want, you can color your water. We'll stir it around. Go get a paintbrush and we'll stir the water up. We decided with purple. Come stir this up. You can leave your water clear or you can change it into a color, but we have to be a little bit of fun, right? So we went with purple. All right, it's nice and stirred up, but before we start, we have to add, what did we bring over here? We have to add some glitter, because, you know, Mrs. Mazza loves the glitter.
I'm going to add some pink one.
I'm going to add, oh, here you go. That's pink. I'll add some green.
Yeah.
Gotta have glitter. Never enough glitter.
Hey, I got one that you guys would like.
What color? All right, put some of that in and I think we're good. Okay.
It's like not coming out.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so our first item that he picked. You can do 8, you can do less, you can do more. Wait, let's talk about what you picked.
Oh, so this is a cup.
Okay.
And it's
Let's dump the water. Hold it.
and this cup is a green, and I kind of like green, so I picked the green cup.
Okay, but I have a question before we put it in the water. Do you think this cup is gonna sink or float?
Float.
Why do you think it's gonna float?
It feels super light.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, what is it doing?
It's floating.
It's floating. All right, let's pick another thing. What's that?
A Sharpie, and a really. So.
What do you think?
I think it's gonna sink or float since I think it's a pretty heavy sometimes.
Okay.
So let's see.
What did it do?
It floats.
You thought it was gonna sink.
Okay, this is
So how many do we have that are floating right now?
1, 2.
And how many do we have that have sunk?
No.
None. Oh, look at
And
that.
this-
We threw some math into this science
So
activity.
this is a rock.
What do you think? Sink or float?
I know it's gonna sink since they are heavy.
All right, let's
Watch.
see. Oh, you were right. It sank. Good job. All right, what's next?
A horsey boo.
What are you thinking?
I think it's gonna float.
You think it might float?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's see. What did it do?
Again.
What did it do?
It just fell.
So it sank.
Yeah, sank.
So how many do we have that sank?
1, 2.
How many have are floating?
One's falling down.
Well, it's still floating.
Yeah.
So how many?
2.
So
2 plus 2 is 4.
you're right. 2 plus 2 is 4. We have 2 that are floating and 2 that have sank. They're
Okay, this
equal.
one's weird.
All right. What do you think that's gonna do?
Float.
Float. Why?
Because it already floated.
It is floating. You're so fast. You're like quick. All right. You ready?
Yeah, what about this?
A prism.
Okay. So this prism is like pretty soft, so I think it's gonna float.
Are you sure that's soft? Let me see that.
It's not soft, it's hard.
Well, you just said it was soft.
So this prism is hard, made out of glass, so I think it's gonna
You think it's gonna float? Oh, what did it do?
fall.
It sank, yeah?
Yep.
So now how many have sank?
1, 2, 3.
Your cup's barely floating, but it's still up there. Okay.
So
How many floaters do we have?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's still equal.
3 plus 3 is 6.
Oh my gosh, how'd you get so smart?
Because.
Is it because you're Elizabeth Wayne alumni?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. What's next?
Scissors.
Scissors. Sink or float?
Float.
Wait. Why do you think it's gonna float?
Because they're actually really hard, but I think they're gonna float.
Okay, let's see. Ooh,
I forgot!
What happened?
It sank!
Oh my goodness,
That
it's
makes
sank.
7.
7? Well, there's 7 things in here, you're right. But how many have sank?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, how many are had sank? to
1,
about
2, 3, 4.
4. How many are floating?
1, 2, 3.
So which one has more? The sinkers. You're right. The sinkers.
They're
All right,
gonna-
ready? What? Hold up this one. Hold it up.
It's a Q.
It's a magnetic letter. What do you, wait. What do you think? Sink or float?
Float.
Oh.
It literally stands!
It's standing up. Do you see where it's standing up at? Look.
Yeah.
What's this? The magnet. Watch.
It literally
It's
stands.
standing. Oh, what happened to it?
That's
It didn't float.
cheating.
It didn't float.
That's cheating.
It sank.
Yeah. It sank, but it's because the matting, and that's cheating.
Oh, because the magnet is holding it down, it weighs more. You're
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
So that is our game and our little science activity for today. Sink or float, you can get as many things or items from the house as you want and make predictions and investigate and make have the kids make a prediction on what's going to happen before they put it in the water. Thank you. Bye, guys.